Now, I'm not about to argue the pros and cons of same-sex marriage, but I would like to bring up an interesting fact. Now, many proponents argue that since Prop 8 passed, it proves that more voters would rather not deal with the deviance of same-sex marriage. But was it not deviant when Americans wanted to abolish slavery? Or when women demanded their suffrage? Was it not deviant when Americans asked the government to recognize people of all race, ethnicity, and religion as equal citizens and human beings? Deviance may derive in small numbers as obscure ideas, but when collective, it causes change. We also have to remember the millions of people all over the world suffering from the deprivation of the basic human right to live. All over the world, each and every single day, 27 million slaves are trafficked. In Haiti, over 300,000 children are enslaved as servants. India, Nepal, and Pakistan have over 18 million slaves working in agriculture and producing consumer materials. Why am I telling you this? Today I came here to speak about the continuation of Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. And to adhere to that dream, there's still a whole world out there looking to be relieved of their degradation. But now the question is, what am I supposed to do to continue that dream? I'm about to tell you. Movements do not start by a single person, but by a group of people who come together after realizing their common endeavor. According to Napoleon Hill's law of success, when multiple people harmoniously cooperate, a mastermind is created. And this mastermind acts as a source of energy that compels all those involved to find all resources necessary to succeed. In 1964, while delivering his speech, The Ballot or the Bullet, Malcolm X informed his audience, "I'm not here to argue or discuss anything that we differ about, because it's time for us to submerge our differences and realize that it is best for us to first see that we have the same problem." Come on now. Malcolm X knew that without adamant cooperation, the civil rights would not have been successful. But with a mastermind, all those involved would fulfill their ambition. Today, our common enemy is ourselves. Come on, man. And what we can do to continue this dream is to submerge our differences. And whatever religious, political, romantic, or moral differences we have, let us look past these juxtaposing views and overcome our pride to embrace human diversity. And if you think
change you wish to see in the world, be that change. Change catches like a cold, like the movement of one H2O molecule that eventually triggers a larger ripple in a pond. Each of us has the power to ignite any change. Sure, it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of awareness, a lot of determination. But one person influences another, and that one person can influence two more, and those two four more, and so on. It's just that simple. We've got to say what we mean and do what we say. We have to practice, literally practice what we preach. We have to live our lives at the highest standard that we wish our brethren to be a part of. Set the examples of peace, unity, and respect. We have to listen to each other and remain compassionate, constantly encouraging ourselves and our neighbors that we have it in us. We have to remind ourselves and that we are powerful beings. It is in our capability. The only thing that can really stop you is your decision to give up, your decision to stop trying. Now, I don't mean you can jump in front of a speeding train and stop it dead in its tracks simply with the power of your mind, or that you can just wish yourself $1 million and it'll appear. Superman has his kryptonite, and so capabilities have their limitations. Rather, I mean that there are several things that are in your control. Some people say, I can't quit smoking. I say you can. Some people say, I can't get straight A's. I say you can. Some people even say, I can't change the world. I say you can. I didn't think I could come up here and speak tonight, but through the encouragement of my friends and my elders, I found my voice. We just have to change our minds and make that positive decision. Like I said, we're not alone. We have each other. One of the greater things that we learned from Abraham Lincoln during his time in history is that a house divided cannot stand. In his time in history, Dr. King set out to unite our house, to remind us that not only can we do things individually, but that when we put our powers together, we can achieve excellence. Over the winter break, my mother took my sister and I to see The Day the Earth Stood Still. We chose that for several reasons, none of which are relevant to our conversation today. And in it, there was this fantastic line: "At the precipice, we change." Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached that precipice. Several recent events in our nation's timeline have made it clearer than ever that change is required of us. President Barack Obama has called on us to remember that in these desperate times, united we stand, and without the whole crew on board, we can hardly take off. He's urged us to remember our power, individually and in numbers. He's calling on us to remember that we affect everything around us. For like I cleverly realized, we're not alone. At this point, I can only hope that I've thoroughly succeeded in conveying my message to you, and that is that I believe in the human race. I've seen something twinkling in our eyes, something amazing about you, me, and us. And my faith in the human race isn't entirely blind. Others before me have seen it, from our forefathers to JFK to Martin Luther King Jr. and to our current president. The time is now to realize that we, ladies and gentlemen, we are a part of a much larger, deeply unified whole, and that we too can change the world. All it takes is a little bit of mindfulness.
2008. The United States experiences the culmination of 3 civil rights campaigns, and the state of California witnesses one of the most historical election ballots it has ever seen. Citizens are given the opportunity to vote for a female vice president, a black president, and to drastically alter the lives of those identifying as gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender. While the results yield a dream realized for the African American rights movement, the U.S. also sees the GLBT community's right to marry taken away. History is no longer a 5th grade lesson learned on a Wednesday afternoon, but a movement that speaks for itself. It is driven by the people of its time, and now we are those people. Our generation has great responsibilities at hand, including the rights for our fellow citizens. Now is the time to recall that Dr. King's dream was and still is an all-inclusive ideal that embraces those fighting for their denied rights. Today, those people are the members of the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender community. Whether you identify as GLBT or as an ally of those who may be your friends, family, co-workers, classmates, roommates, or just your cashier at the local Ralph's, know that you are an ally of human civility and those rights Dr. King peacefully fought for in this war against one another. The time is now. The place is here. We must stand up for one another and know that Dr. King's dream can be reality. Rise above those 5th grade ideals. Ignorance is not